How do you stay calm during what is now apparently a national insurrection? How do you stay calm and happy? There are two answers. The one is religious, the other is historical. Obviously, the religious answer is, my Savior lives, Come on, you can, this flesh isn't going to last forever. This matter isn't the whole world. We should protect people's property. We should protect our civilization and our cities. But, this ain't it. This isn't the whole world. And so in the grand scheme of things, the Foot Locker that just got robbed is not, the be-all and end-all. It's very sad for the business owner. It's wrong, but, it's not the end of the world. Also, if you have this religious point of view, you realize the imagination of man's heart is evil from the beginning. We're in a fallen world. There is original sin. We're not going to get utopia on earth. America, wonderful country as it is not this utopia. It's not going to be perfect. There's always going to be injustice. So that's the way of the world. That's the religious answer. The other one is historical. Lots of bad things happen in history. I mean, if you look back at not just the recent past, but the longer past, the way longer past, go back actually to the historical accounts in the Bible, things go real bad real fast. There are lots of atrocities. There's lots of precedent. A lot of people are comparing this race riot to the 1992 riots, and there are some analogs and some not analogs, meaning in 1992, these race riots began because Rodney King was beaten by the police, and then the police officers who were involved were acquitted of the crime. And because they were acquitted, people viewed this as an injustice, and there were race riots. There is some analogy here, except where is the injustice currently being committed? A guy was killed, very likely through police brutality. Then the cop involved was fired, and then he was charged with murder. What next? What else could be done? There's nothing else to be. The guy's being charged with murder. It's not like he was acquitted, right, and he gets to walk scot-free. There's nothing else to be done there. So there's no resolution to this. There's no answer. It's just this venting of frustration that I think comes from ignorance and isolation and a loss of what the civilization is built on. That happens in history. Nations rise, nations peak, nations fall. Civilizations rise, they peak, they fall. Lots of bad things, lots of suffering. The world continues to spin. The world goes on. There will be, if you have a progressive vision of the world, then things have to keep getting better and better and better and better. And everything in the past was bad, and everything in the future is getting better and better. And the reason why progressives and liberals are so disillusioned is because that doesn't actually happen. The way things really happen is some bad things happen, then maybe some good things happen, but then some more bad things happen. And now we're in the midst of one of these bad things happening. And guess what? Some good things will happen again. That's the good news. And the bad news is some bad things will happen after that. That's the way of the world. It's not particularly ideological. It's much more practical. It's much more realistic. But I think all of the madness that we're looking at right now has been caused by ideological delusions. And the only way we're going to get back to any sense of normalcy is by dispelling those illusions and accepting occasionally a bitter pill, but ultimately a much more comforting one, reality.